Here.
Okay.
I'm familiar with that.
Yeah, when you said Jinho, I thought that was outrageous. No offense, but like I just was like, but now that you've said that, yeah, okay. Howdy, Meowers.
Yee! Howdy, everyone. And our special guest host today,
Remi.
Remi. Thanks for coming here today, Remi. Was it a long drive?
No,
I heard the traffic was a little backed up this morning. Is that
I took my bike.
Oh, of course, Remi. I should have known. Always with the health and fitness.
Yeah.
Goodness.
So what are we doing today?
Today we are, oh my God, wait, now people are going to think that I'm laughing at people that ride their bikes to work for health and fitness. I'm not It's a bit, guys. It was a bit. I'm not laughing at Remi's actual choices. I'm laughing at the fact that what we were just doing was pretend and was a bit.
Yeah.
Okay. So I always get worried that people are going to be really offended by the intro because they just don't understand. Today we are not really playing a game. I mean, it's kind of like a game, kind of like we're doing like a conversational activity.
Yeah. So we are doing a sort of mishmash combination of superlatives and maybe the nonsense association game, maybe bringing a little vibes, which the nonsense association game is something that we did in one of our previous BlushCat episodes, so go listen to that if you haven't already heard it. Maybe some essence of the Newly Hosts game, which was our first comeback episode, and also, what else is it like? Anything?
Did you say maybe a little bit like the Who's Who game?
Oh yeah, okay. Who's
or
Who?
the Who's Most Likely To game?
Right. Okay. So it's something like that. We are going with the title Who Do You Think? So that would mean out of, and then we're going to have a set number of groups that we're working with, which Devin will explain, because it's too much for me to explain. So like out of a set number of groups, which K-pop idol best fits the given scenario? So like, who do you think fits the scenario?
Yeah. So there'll be a scenario or a prompt of some kind that might be like, who do you think is most likely to, but it also might be like, who do you think would be best? So different things like that. And yeah, we've narrowed it down to just a few groups today so that we weren't picking from like every idol in existence. So that we also weren't just using like one group. So the groups we're going to be using today are MONSTA X, ZB1, IVE, DKZ, Just B, ITZY, Pentagon, I-DLE, and 17.
Right. And so we are allowed to pick any idol that's in those groups, and like we are allowed to some questions we might want to have like more than one idol for each scenario. So we are allowed to pick from more than one group to fit one scenario.
Yes. We can just basically pick from any of these people that are in these groups. Like it's a one big pool. And yeah.
Yeah, and this is going to be, it's supposed to be a very casual format. We thought of the scenarios together, and now we are going to be sharing our thoughts on who would best fit. But it's not meant to be like, this is the idol that fits. Like
right. We're not determining it.
Yeah, like so we might not have enough time to really be like, okay, I definitely think this idol is the absolute best fit for this scenario. No questions asked. It's not going to be like that, okay? So we might have an oversight. We maybe you think somebody else would fit better. Some of the questions are personal, like personal preference anyway. So it's really supposed to be casual.
Yeah. Yeah, and I don't even like know some of these idols like the best that they could be known. Like I haven't seen a ton of content from them, but I just get like a vibe of their type of personality. So I'm going to be going off of something like that versus if we had a group in here that I had like seen a ton of stuff from, I would be like, "Oh, I know exactly how they would act for this situation, so that's why I would or wouldn't pick them." I don't have that feeling for a lot of these people individually. So yeah, for me, it's going to be more like, ooh, I kind of feel like they would be this way, but maybe I'm wrong because I just don't know them very well.
Right. That's the vibe that we are going with for this episode.
Just like a casual conversation that's going to just be like fun to think about.
Yeah. And if you want to sort of share your thoughts about one of our scenarios and you really think that an idol would, like a different idol, or even if you agree with one of the idols we said fitting in a scenario, you can go ahead and leave a comment for us and tell us which idol you would think would fit in one of our scenarios.
Yeah.
So let us begin with our first scenario.
Okay, I'm ready. I've already heard all of them, but I don't know which one is going to be first.
Who do you think would be most likely to keep a journal of every single day from like debut or pre-debut?
Oh, wow. Okay. Goodness. I'm thinking we've got to go with someone. Ooh, okay. I've got one person in mind already.
I definitely have like 2 people in mind already.
Got to go with someone that's very, not necessarily studious, but like, so this person has to be very disciplined with themselves in order to keep up with this every day. And then also they have to be kind of like they look within themselves, like they have introspection, someone with a lot of introspection.
I think Can I share 2 of my thoughts?
Yeah, go ahead.
I think Sung Hanbin.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, and I think Kino.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I was not thinking Han, but I was actually thinking Zhang Hao.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I don't know why. So I was thinking Zhang Hao, or maybe this person feels like they would have the right amount of sentimentality, but I don't know if they'd have the right amount of self-discipline. I was thinking maybe Bane.
Okay. I feel like Bane probably has self-discipline for sure.
Okay.
I actually also think that Ray from IVE.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
okay.
I can picture that because she likes to do like, it seems like she likes to do that kind of thing. Sometimes she'll write little entries and post them.
Okay.
I don't know about anybody else.
Do we have to kind of pick one more concretely that we want to go with? Like, out of all of those ones that were mentioned, I'm still feeling the strongest about Bane the more I think about it.
I feel Hanbin.
Wow, okay. I really I don't
Maybe
know.
he talked about having like a journal at some point or something. I don't know.
Okay. Yeah, I mean I guess I can believe it, but it's just like not something that I would have imagined. But I guess I could believe it. Yeah.
Okay, so for the second scenario, who do you think would make like a huge breakfast decom style, that's Disney Channel original movie for those of you who aren't familiar, and who would be the person, so we're looking for 2 idols here, who would be the person to like grab one small thing off the table of food and go?
They like grab the toast as it pops out of the toaster and walk away with it in their mouth. Or they grab like a banana.
Yeah.
Okay, so we've got to pick 2 people for this one. I'm going to immediately rule out Shonu for either of those options because he would have like the most perfectly like balanced way to eat breakfast possible, which would either be like, don't eat breakfast until this time, or like eat breakfast exactly at this time and don't ever miss it because it's very important, and have this much protein and have this much. So it wouldn't be Shonu. I don't think it'd be anyone in MONSTA X. I think it needs to be some people a little more youthful. Sorry, MONSTA X. They're my favorite group, maybe. Are they my favorite group still?
Wow.
Oh god, I don't know. Is it DKZ?
Speaking of DKZ, I could see that fitting.
Yeah. See, like I'm getting a bit more of a vibe from a group like that.
So, okay, so DKZ, it would definitely be Kyungyoon to make the breakfast, correct?
Absolutely.
We are absolutely we're referring to that, and if you don't like it, well, okay, I'm sorry.
Kyungyoon will be included in DKZ.
We are including him for this game sort of thing, so thank you. So he would be the one to make the breakfast, and like,
if we're staying within DKZ, to think of like them being at the same household or something, I kind of feel like maybe Mingyu would be from DKZ. It's a little, we have to be careful because there's a Mingyu in DKZ and a Mingyu in 17.
Yeah.
And there's a Yujin in ZB1 and a Yujin in IVE.
Right.
But yeah, Mingyu maybe would be the one to just grab one thing and go.
Okay.
Either that, or I'd also feel like he'd like sit down at the table like while Kyungyoon is cooking and like chat with him, you know, being like, and it's like, how are you even like talking this much? Didn't you just wake up?
Okay, I can see that. I feel like that's a pretty solid one.
Okay, yeah, sure. I'm okay with that.
I also, now that we're talking about Mingyu from 17, I could see making like a big breakfast, and maybe like, I don't know, Hoshi or like June would like just take one thing and be like, okay, sorry, I have to go. Like, I don't know.
So it's more out of like being a busy person than it is about being like I'm just gonna grab something.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, do you think that we should move on to a different scenario?
Yeah, I mean, we could spend all day. There's like 59 people or something that we're considering, so we could spend all day finding more. But I think we found some good ones. So
yeah. Okay. So, our next scenario here is, who do you think would be most likely to work at a food delivery place where you would wear roller skates?
Ooh. Okay. Now. When I thought of this prompt, I already had someone in mind.
A cheater.
But no. It was someone from a group we're not considering today. So I still have to think of someone. But can I also share my other person, even though it's kind of irrelevant?
Of course.
Just because it was like that one prompt that I was like, I know who this would be already. I think Q from The Boys would be very fitting for this.
I can see it. I can.
And I think he'd love it.
Not to bring this up, but MG definitely would not fit this scenario. Okay, I get somebody right away that might seem really strange, but Yuchi from I-DLE.
Ooh, okay. No, I can see that, because you know what I was gonna say is, I think I can totally see Shuhwa doing this, like, but she would hate it. She would be the person that is like, I hate my job, but I'm just earning this money because I'm saving up for this thing or whatever. But she would be like, the boss would be like, come on, like, get your attitude right. Like, she would hate it, but I can totally picture her doing it. So like, maybe like the whole I-DLE crew, honestly, could could fit in with that vibe.
Yeah, like Soyeon and Minnie definitely seem to have the vibe too. And I get like, Soyeon's solo debut was all like Wendy's fast food, like.
Oh, okay.
So I can see it. I
also maybe like Yeji or someone.
Oh yeah, I feel that. I also am thinking Dino.
Oh yeah, okay, absolutely. Any person that I can picture in one of those like collared shirts that are kind of like a bowling shirt.
Yeah.
I think fit. And then it's like, okay, do they have the like dexterity to rollerblade? Then yeah, they could probably do it.
Yeah. Yeah, I feel like Dino and Yuchi for me are what I'm really thinking about. So I feel like we can move on to another scenario.
Okay.
So, who do you think would be the best person to help you study for a spelling bee?
Okay. So this person has to be disciplined. They have to be like drill sergeant kind of, levels of like, no, do it again. Okay, next one. Okay, you're going to do 5 more words. Because really with a spelling bee, like I'm talking like a big spelling bee, not like it's for your class. Like one of the ones where you have like a huge like booklet of words that they tell you that you have to memorize. You need someone that is like going to push you to continue to like go again, or else you're never going to remember them all. So who would that be? Not you, honey.
I thought of Zhang Hao because he was like going to be a teacher or whatever.
Oh, yeah.
And so I feel like he just has that in him.
I think so, but also I would be afraid he's a little too like comforting.
Yeah, like that vibe you just described that they should have. I definitely don't think he would be like that.
I mean, they don't have to have that vibe if like the person themselves who is doing the spelling bee is like has that vibe on their own, like give me another word, like I'll do more. But like if they're helping me study for a spelling bee, I feel like I would need someone like a bit more strict, like someone who would push me a little bit more, because I would want to be like, okay, please, I'm tired, like I don't want to study any more words right now. So I would need somebody like that's gonna maybe be a little bit more, who would do that?
I was gonna say maybe like the 8. I don't know why I'm picking like foreign idols so far. I guess I'm thinking of the mindset like they have the discipline to learn another language.
Yeah.
So like I feel like the 8, or I feel like Wonu would be like really good at that because he's very like intelligent and focused, and he always hosts the Logic Night episodes of Going 17. But I don't think he would have as strict of a like way of going about it. But I could see the 8 being that vibe sort of.
Okay. I'd be fine with that, but also hear me out. I don't know why, but I'm kind of feeling like someone from ITZY would have that harshness in the studying aspect. Like I'm getting Chae Young for some reason.
Oh, okay.
But I don't really feel like I know that much about her. But even though she seems to me like she's kind of soft spoken a little bit, or maybe not super like boom out there with the content. Maybe she is, I don't know. But for some reason I feel like if you told her, can you please help me with this, like she would take it seriously and she would be like, okay, keep going, but it would be like harsh but in an encouraging way.
Okay, I feel like she has a lot of self-discipline, like you said. So yeah, I can see that. And I also think DY Doyoung from Just Be, because he seems to have a lot of self-discipline as well, and he's good at studying Japanese. So again, I'm going with the language aspect to think about it. And I feel like if you like tried to slack off, he'd be like, hey, like,
oh god, he'd
like,
make you feel bad about it
a little bit. But in like a an encouraging way, be like, hey, you need to study.
Yeah. I'd be like, I know, I'm just so tired. Okay, well, I don't feel like we narrowed that one down that much, but I feel like it's a difficult one.
Yeah, I feel like those are the people, though. I feel like we're picking the right assortment.
Yeah.
So, okay, let's move on to the next scenario, which actually was suggested to us by one of our Meowers, our mom. Hi, Mom. And so that scenario is, who's most likely to go on a day hike without packing a lunch?
Okay, once again, not Shonu. Anything that's food related, it would not be a mistake with Shonu. That's the vibe I'm getting from his content. I just keep saying that because I'm perusing my list of people here, and he is the first one. So he's like the first person that I consider. Okay, but yeah, honestly, Hyungwon.
Oh, I was thinking Kihyun maybe.
Okay.
Is that weird? I don't know
why.
Kihyun
Kihyun likes food, like he is like a chef, quote unquote. You know, he likes to cook and stuff. So I'm not sure.
It seems like he
how
might just
accurate that
forget.
would be, maybe, but I feel like Hyungwon would totally forget and or just not care, be like sort of like, food, what? Maybe not nowadays, because he's like more into fitness nowadays.
Oh yeah, you said he's
Yeah.
very like to be
Yeah.
like just not caring about eating meals, like
Yeah.
so.
I
Okay.
think it was Hyungwon who is a person that has specifically had like, it's talked about like some, is that Hyungwon? There's someone from some group that it's talked about. They say if blah 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 doesn't like remember, or if someone doesn't remind that person to eat, they kind of just don't even like think about it
Right.
sometimes.
Yeah, I feel
don't
like you
know
said
who
it was
that is.
Hyungwon.
Maybe it's Hyungwon. So that's a good starting point for me. What about you, Remi?
I really don't know. I'm not getting a whole lot of strong vibes for this one. I am thinking a little bit about Mingyu from DKZ. Kind of, not really, like I wasn't thinking because of the breakfast one. We kind of related him in a similar scenario for that question.
Right.
But like I just maybe get the same essence. Like I don't know.
I can see that because it's kind of similar to what I said for breakfast. How about Yujin from ZB1? Sort of like as the youngest of the group, thinking like other people will take care of him, so he doesn't pack a lunch because he's like, wait, we were packing our own stuff, like I thought someone else did that for me.
Okay, yeah, I was just thinking about ZB1. Seems like they could fit, but at the same time, I was like maybe thinking Yubin, but totally not with him bringing all those snacks.
Oh, right.
But yeah,
right.
Yujin, probably.
The last person that I'm kind of feeling like I'm getting something for this year would be Bane. Now, like, I kind of feel like I know the Just Be people, but I don't know why I feel like I know them. But so, like I'm saying, I haven't had that much exposure to them. But the feeling I always get with Bane is that he's just very like free spirited, and like he goes where the wind takes him. Kind of like when I talked about V getting lost in that one Bon Voyage episode. Now he was just fine to just walk down any path. That's the vibe I get from Bane. And so on the one hand, I feel like he wouldn't think to pack the lunch because he would just be like, oh yeah, sure, let's go on a hike. But at the same time, I also feel like he would be like, he's so of like he's the type of person that would be like, let's pack some sandwiches. Like he would want to like, you know, like get a basket together, like a picnic basket.
Yeah, for sure.
So I don't know if it would be yes or no.
He would definitely be thinking about like, I feel like he would think about all the aspects of it, including like, okay, we're gonna want to have a good meal for this hike.
Okay.
But so he would definitely be considering that. But I do get what you're saying with like, he could just be like, yeah, let's go on a hike.
Yeah, like maybe in a different scenario he would do something like that, but maybe not for like food. Maybe.
Yeah. I do get Just Be vibes though, but I don't really get strong enough energy from any of the members to fit them to the scenario.
Yeah, me either. I mean, I said Bane, but like I said, it was like a 50-50, so
Yeah.
I still think Hyungwon most of all.
Yeah, probably Hyungwon.
Okay, so what is our next prompt?
Who do you think is most likely to plan to just window shop? Like they're going shopping and they start by just window shopping, but then they end up going in and buying something.
Okay, so this is someone that wishes to improve their own like self-discipline, but doesn't actually accomplish it. Because there's people that just want to window shop and they succeed. There are people that know that they're going to buy stuff when they go into it. And then there are the people that are like, oh man, I'm not going to buy anything. I'm not going to buy anything. But they do. That's one of these people. Who would that be?
I'm feeling maybe Mion.
Ooh, okay. Sure. I mean, she's the one that I feel like I know the vibe of the least in I-DLE. But still, I feel like I could get that from her. What about, call me crazy, but what about maybe like Jaechan? Like, I feel like it's a little bit less like him being like, I don't want to buy anything this time. I don't want to buy anything this time. But more of like, oh, let's just go, walking around the mall, and like wasn't planning on buying something, but then he's like, oh my God, but this is so cute. I have to get it.
I can see it because it's interesting. Like, he definitely seems like somebody who thinks about his purchases beforehand, but it also seems like once he knows he wants something, he can't just let it pass by. So yeah, I can see Jae-chan for sure.
Okay. Anyone else? Let's see.
Maybe someone in IVE.
That's
like,
what I was feeling too, but I didn't know who.
Like maybe Wonyoung, just because like I don't think she would lack discipline or something. I don't think she would be like, oh, I'm not gonna buy anything. Oh, but well, okay, that's kind of the scenario. But like, like I feel like she would just be walking by and be like, oh, you know what, I have to go get that, like for my friend or something. I feel like she would see something, maybe thinking of somebody else, and be like, oh, I can't just pass this by.
Yeah, I kind of feel like I can't imagine her going shopping and not buying something. Like, I'm just picturing her with like shopping bags on her arms. So I feel like she would go in to the situations not planning on buying stuff, but like she would end up buying stuff because like that's what she does.
Yeah.
That's the vibe I get from her.
Yeah.
Okay, that's a good one. Next.
Who do you think would be the best person to go on a fashion shopping spree with?
Ooh, okay.
Oh, well, right away, I'm going to say Wonyoung.
Yeah, I was going to say, you might think Wonyoung because we literally just said, how could she not buy things?
Yeah.
But, okay, so yeah, this is a fashion shopping spree. So I want to be thinking a little bit about people's personal style and or their ability to like, work with someone else's personal style. Because like I want to be able to shop for my personal style. So we either should have the same style or, we should be like good at working together.
I think Minnie too.
Ooh, Minnie. I would definitely, I think Minnie's because I really like Minnie's style. Yeah. So wow, that one might be hard to beat for me.
Minnie and Wonyoung are both Mew Mew like reps, which I really like. I like whenever they have the pictorials and whatnot for that. So it's just like similar vibes. I think they'd be fun to shop with too.
Yeah, there's definitely some people here that I think would be fun to shop with, but that I wouldn't personally think would be a good match for my style.
Yeah.
Like I think Gunuk would actually be a pretty good, I don't know what his style would be, but I think he'd be a good like shopping partner.
Okay.
And also Juhani, I think would be a really good person for the fashion shopping spree if you liked a lot of designer items. I think Juhani really likes fashion and shopping for designer items. Maybe I'm wrong about that. But I wouldn't want to go that route too much. I definitely would go more like the Minnie route. I mean, they all wear designer stuff probably. But another person maybe would be either, I'm thinking Yeji or Leah. Because I think Leah has a similar shopping personality as me.
Yeah.
And Yeji, I like her style. So those are some good options. I feel like there's a guy that also has a good style that I really like, but I don't know who it is.
I'm thinking Gisok for some like reason. Vibes, I guess, I think would be good.
For some reason, I only think of Gisok wearing tracksuits. And I don't know why.
Okay.
I think I just think like Gisok cheerleader tracksuit. Like, but I know he doesn't just wear that stuff.
He bought all like those scarves and stuff for the members. So I'm getting some vibes from that, I think. I also think that DY and JM from Just Be could be the kind of agreeable shopping partners that it might be fun to go shopping with just because just because you wouldn't know like what you're gonna end up with. So it could be like, let's just randomly decide to get this cute little thing, or it could be like, oh my, what have I ended up with? Because like based on that content of Just Be shopping that I've seen. But yeah, anyway.
It's a bit spontaneous.
Yeah.
I don't think
I don't like that.
Yeah.
But like for like a shopping spree, it's a bit of a different vibe. So maybe
Yeah.
that would make it more fun.
I guess, yeah, that's true. Okay, the last person that I'm glad that I dug through these names repeatedly to find this person, because I know I felt this sort of thing before about their fashion. Hui from Pentagon.
Oh, I knew you were gonna say that.
Yeah, I definitely I'm glad I didn't forget about him, because I definitely see a lot of Hui's clothing pieces and think, ooh, I really like that. Oh, that's really cool. So I think that would be a fun one as well. And I think once again, we'd have sort of a similar shopping style.
Yeah.
So I think it'd be very good for the shopping spree.
I think
some people probably want like the opposite shopping style when they go on a shopping spree, because they'd be like, oh, I wouldn't do these things, so I would want someone there with me that will. But I definitely would want someone that's similar shopping style.
I would want somebody that's similar shopping style generally as well. But I think that like my top pick for this scenario would be Minnie.
Oh, okay. How do I pick top pick? It would be either Minnie or Hui probably.
Okay, so the next scenario, who do you think you would want to play PlateUp with?
Okay.
What two idols?
Yeah, so we're picking two people because we already have two of us, so it could make a 4-person lobby. So me, Remi, and 2 more people. Because we already know what it's like to play a 2-person PlateUp. That is Remi and I, or should I say Miss Tiffy and I. Because if you hop on over to my YouTube channel, link in the description.
Yeah.
Is it? Okay. Link in the description, at Devin Christie, you can find our first episode of PlateUp, where we played PlateUp together, and it's a super fun time. So go on, check that out, guys, if you're interested in some gameplay. And yeah, but we don't have a full lobby. We need 2 more people. So who's it gonna be?
I think Vernon from 17 would be one of them.
Okay, that'd be really fun.
And I'm getting Homestuck vibes.
Ooh, that'd be really fun. Okay, let's just do that. Let me see. Is there anyone else that I would straight away be thinking, oh no, definitely they would want to play PlateUp? I think someone from IVE might want to play PlateUp, because PlateUp is a game that I don't even know if anyone from IVE likes to play video games, but PlateUp is a game that really anyone can get into and just be like, oh my god, I never want to stop serving tables. You don't have to be someone that likes video games. I think it's chill enough. So I don't even know if any of them play video games, but I feel like there could be that vibe of someone in that group being PlateUp, okay, yeah, let's play, let me hop on and play it right now. I feel like one of them could be addicted to a mobile game. Do you think that?
Yeah.
I wish I knew their personalities a little bit more. I don't. But okay, so I'm just in general, maybe that group should play PlateUp, and I think it would be interesting. It would be good content.
Okay.
But otherwise, yeah, honestly, I'm totally fine with just
I'm sticking with mine.
Vernon.
Yeah, because I can't think of anyone else.
That's a really good combo. I think that would be a super fun PlateUp lobby.
Okay, well, next scenario. Who do you think you would like to take a road trip with?
Okay, road trip. I feel like I've seen a lot of road trip type content before, but with any of these people, I mean, I guess a little bit. Who do you think, Remi? You getting anybody personally?
I don't know why I always get such Leah vibes from ITZY, when I think about road trip, but I do. But also, yeah, we saw so much road trip content, and I feel like all of DKZ seemed like they were bringing really good energy to the road trip. I mean, there was a lot of sleeping going on, and Jonghyun really gets car sick, so I wouldn't force him to go. But I could see them having a good time.
I think sleeping is a perfectly valid way to spend a road trip.
Also, maybe Dokyum from 17.
Ooh,
he would have
okay.
a good time. He would be
I
like
can
doing
see
the
that.
karaoke. He would be, stopping to get the food. He would be doing it all.
Yeah, I can totally see that. I'm getting a little bit of, I thought maybe you'd say it, Tay-Ray, because I think he'd also be a very, like, singing person.
Yeah.
So that's always a fun thing for a road trip, unless I guess that sort of thing annoys you. But, so yeah, Tay-Ray maybe, or honestly, why not Yenon?
Okay.
Because, like, I feel like Yenon would just bring, like, some cheer and some, like, lightness. Like,
Yeah.
no matter what sort of vibe he was, like, of things he was doing, whether he's, like, the singing type or the, like, let's get food type. I think it would just be cheerful.
Yeah, that's true. Like, why not Yenon for any good situation?
Exactly.
Like, yeah. So, okay, Yenon. I like what we're working with here.
Like, like Yenon Yuto, I think would be really, like, chill, but, like, still fun.
Yeah.
Like, I think it'd just be very, like, because sometimes if you get someone that's too, like, go-getter style, like, I'd be like,
Yeah,
okay,
it
this
can
is
be
too much for me.
draining.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But that seems like you could still have, like, some nice stops, some nice fun things, but also, like, it doesn't have to be, like, go, go, go.
Yeah. I feel like Ryujin from ITZY, I think that, like, I can see her like, she has such good travel style, and, like, just her casual
Yeah.
essence is like
Yeah.
so, like, perfected, I think. But it would be like, okay, like, it's just a road trip. Like, you don't need to outshine everyone on your road trip casualness. Like, somehow, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's
no,
like she has the chill vibe
That's- yeah.
nailed.
When you named her, I was going to say, yes, she too is very, very chill. Like, it's like very chill, but at the same time, it's not chill to the point where you think, like, the person is, like, not going to care.
Right.
Like, we're not saying chill in that way. It's just like they'd be it seems like a very good presence to have on a road trip if you are not, like, the super extrovert type of road tripping person. So, yeah.
Yeah. So I can definitely see her going on a road trip, but
Honestly, any of those people seem like they would be really good road trip partners. Like, I think you could mix and match any of them together, and it would be my style, at least, of road trip. I'd like that.
Okay, well, maybe we can segue scenarios into our next one, and, like, we aren't intentionally tying them together, but who do you think you would feel comfortable enough to stop and ask for directions if you saw them somewhere?
This is a fun one. Okay.
Thank you.
So it has to seem like someone very like unintimidating and, like, not like they're gonna murder you, but also you want them to they need to seem friendly, but do they need to seem like they would know about directions?
Okay,
That's the question.
Maybe. I know it, though.
Okay.
Boo Seung-kwan. Like, come on, you can't be that. He would know too. He knows everything. He would have the ins and the outs of the area you're in, even if he's never stepped in it a day in his life.
I feel like this isn't someone that is included, but, like, I would get a similar vibe from Key from Shiny. Like,
Okay.
I think he too could be like, you could just stop them on the street and, like, ask them anything, and they'd be like, oh, like, let me show you. Like, open up your phone. Like, let me put it in your map or something.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, and, like, who's not going to approach him?
Exactly. I think that's a really good answer.
Yeah.
I was kind of maybe thinking Leah as well.
Okay.
I feel like she'd tuck her hair behind one ear to, like, hear you better. She'd be like, oh, what was that? And you just feel like, oh, okay, good. I stopped and asked the right person. This person is kind.
I can see Liz too.
Liz? Okay,
Yeah.
yeah.
She might not know, but she'd try to help you.
Definitely, yeah. Like, I think she'd be like, I'm not sure, but like, let's walk together.
Yeah.
I think I can, or like she would stop a second person and ask them. Like,
Yeah.
like she wouldn't stop until you got the help you needed, even if she couldn't help you. Whereas some other people might be like, oh, I'm sorry, like, I don't know. And then they'd keep going. Yeah, I definitely feel like Liz would be like, oh no, a person in crisis. Like, let's help them.
You know who else has definitely like the friendly appearance is Matthew from ZB1.
Definitely.
I don't know if it doesn't beat the overall Seungkwan like essence for me though. So he's definitely like, yeah, right away. Seungkwan.
Yeah, like I feel like a child would ask him.
Yeah.
Easily. But like I feel like maybe the older you are, the less you'd be likely to ask him, because you'd think maybe like because he's so youthful looking, you would think, oh, I don't know if he could help me. But I think a kid would definitely be like, oh, I'll ask that boy. I think I'm happy with those answers. I like this question. I think I feel very strongly about the answers here. I think we found some people that like legitimately like these would be good options.
Yeah. So anybody, if you're ever like stranded and you see an idol and it's one of the people we named, give it a thought of like, you know what? Yeah, maybe I could ask them for directions. So our next scenario, who do you think would be the type of person that you would want to go to share and discuss good music and good TV with?
Good music and good TV. So this one is definitely going to be very, like, there's people that know a lot about music and TV, but also, like, what if they don't think that good music and good TV is what I think it is? So I'd have to try and think of someone that might have the same likes as I do.
Yeah. Honestly, maybe not, though. Like, just I'm kind of thinking about it just vibe-wise, I guess, like I've been doing. I'm getting like Bane.
Oh, of course.
Like, I don't know if our preferences line up exactly, but I feel like he would get really into it, and I would really appreciate that.
Definitely. I'm thinking Shuhwa.
Oh, yeah.
I feel like she would be very like she would have the right energy of like discussing things that are good versus bad.
Okay.
That I would appreciate, I guess.
Okay.
Also, I think Jonghyun. I think he would be really passionate.
Yeah, that's a good one. Yeah, Jonghyun. I think Gal from IVE. I could picture, like, I think that, like, she would just be casual, like, she would get into it, but in a more casual, relaxed manner.
Okay.
For when you want to like discuss it, but it's like, oh yeah, I saw that too and it was really good. Let's like think about it.
This one here is a bit of a wild card, but sometimes I say things like this and people are probably like, no, it's actually not. But maybe Ricky from ZB1, like, basically what I feel like it would be for him is he wouldn't even like start a conversation like that, but I feel like it'd be really special if you it'd be like, oh wow, he's actually talking to me about this like song he liked, like he actually opened up and said something about the song. You'd be like, wow, like I'm thankful that he talked to me about that, because I don't feel like he would say anything. So it would be like he probably has some things that he likes and that he would talk about, but he never feels like, talking about it to anyone. So you'd be like, oh, that was nice. Like, we shared a moment there.
Okay. In the ZB1 realm, Tae for sure.
Okay.
I'm also thinking Hong Sok.
Oh, yeah. He seems like the type that's very, like, he would be knowledgeable about what he's talking about.
Yeah. And I think that he does have pretty good taste. So I think that would line up. So.
Ooh, last, I think maybe Vernon would be good for me
Okay.
personally, because I feel like he'd like a lot of like, you know, like Avril Lavigne-esque era stuff that he'd want to talk about, like nostalgia stuff.
Yeah.
That would be fun.
Yeah. Okay, so our next scenario, who do you think you would want to have to give your phone to like tech support for an issue with your phone?
Ooh, okay. Someone techie, someone with good tech support.
This is such a strange scenario, but I'm gonna think about it.
Techie tech support. I know Jew Honey does a lot of producing. Does that mean he knows about tech support? So for some reason, I feel like someone in 17 would be good at this.
Yeah, me too. I don't really know why. Maybe like Woozy.
Maybe Woozy the 8. Maybe. Why haven't we picked Joshua for anything? What the heck?
I don't know. I think S Coops would like get it fixed somehow. He would be like, okay, your phone is broken. We need to get this fixed. And like, I don't know if he could personally do it or something, but he would be like, yeah, we got to get this fixed. I'm also thinking, I don't know. I'm actually not thinking.
Somehow I think maybe Jinho could be like the type of person that would be like, oh, that happened to me. Like, here.
Oh, okay.
Like, give it to me. Like, I can remember like what happened, like, to fix it when it happened to me. But I don't feel like he would know like how to fix it just randomly. But I feel like he'd be like one of those people that's like, oh, here.
Okay.
I'm familiar with that.
Yeah, when you said Jinho, I thought that was outrageous. No offense, but like I just was like, but now that you've said that, yeah, okay. He would have had something similar happen. I really don't know for this question. I really don't know.
Ooh, I'm kind of also getting maybe Sehyun from DKZ. You know, in a sense.
No way.
In a sense that he has such what is Zoomer vibes?
What?
Like, not Zoomer vibes, but you know, like he's of the youth in a way that'd be like, oh, like I know what, like he texts, you know, like I can see him like with a phone in his hand, like, ooh, I know how to text, I know how to like use technology, quote unquote. So not really that
Are you thinking about the same person?
Sehyun from DKZ. You don't think that he seems like he would just be
No.
standing there texting, like he's the one that like all of the elderly people are like, you know, looking at like, oh, that boy is just on his phone always.
Not at all. I don't get that energy at all.
I mean, I don't know him very well. He's from the new batch of DKZ, so pardon. But I mean, I just thought it's not like he knew tech support in a way that like a Best Buy employee would know tech support. It's more of like, oh no, my keyboard switched over to Japanese and I can't fix it. And he'd be like, literally give your phone to me. Like, I know how to navigate a phone.
I feel like he could. I feel like I could see him navigating a computer,
But not a phone.
but not a phone.
Why?
For some reason. I don't know.
Huh, okay.
I get like I could picture more of like the gaming PC vibe of
Oh,
tech
okay.
than the phone side of tech.
Okay, well, maybe I'm wrong about him, but I feel like there's someone among these 59 people that would have that vibe of being able to help tech support with your phone. But I'm struggling to actually find someone that I can feel like would really give me like a Best Buy tech support vibe.
Ganuk.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it just came to me.
Okay, Ganuk.
Yeah. I mean,
Well,
maybe
there you have
Sehyun is really good with phones. I don't know. I'm not trying to say he's not. It's just I
He's
was
like
shocked to hear
offended
that
right now.
Yeah, I'm sorry, Sehyun. I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm going with Ganuk.
Okay. Then I'll just say that too.
Okay. Who do you think is most likely to appear as a celebrity guest judge on a cooking competition?
Okay.
Joshua.
Oh, really?
Shonu.
Oh my god, Joshua, that'd be so good. Did you say Shonu?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, he definitely does have that, like, randomly is the, like, celebrity guest on a thing when you're like,
Yeah.
why? I'd also think either Kihyun or Kyunghyun just because of their food sort of history. But I'm liking Joshua as an option. That one just seems really right to me. Like, I think you're right on the nose with that one. Maybe going back to maybe Kino. Don't you think?
Yeah,
Kino
I can
has
see
those
Kino.
vibes. Kino. Who else? Yujin from IVE. Maybe I could see.
Okay.
She just seems like she would be like, I can see her sitting with a panel of other people that like, you know, like she's very good at interacting with hosts.
Yeah.
So, and then like, I don't know how much she knows about food, but the interacting with host aspect is what was putting her there for me.
Okay. I'm sticking with Joshua.
I'm sticking with Joshua.
Okay, who do you think would be most likely to get really into cotton candy art?
Okay. Yeah. Gyubin. Definitely.
Okay.
Don't you think? Maybe a
I
little
guess. I think, I don't know. This is another weird one. Bane?
Like, okay, Bane. Yes, I can see it.
Maybe Liz.
Okay, sure. What about Shinwon?
Okay.
Like, I know Yenon is the one that's doing the cotton candy art in that one Pentagon clip, but I feel like Shinwon is more the type to like get heavily invested in something that is seemingly pointless to other people, you know? Like,
yeah.
So I get that vibe from him. And then also when I think about this prompt, I think about like this person, like they're no longer an idol, they've retired, and you're just going down like a side street that has food trucks on it, or not food trucks, like food booth things, and there's just like this person is just randomly like has their cotton candy thing set up and they just make like cotton candy. I feel like Shinwon, you could see that happening with.
Yeah, that I can also see Sehyun working for. Like, that's the vibe I'm getting.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, I do not know Sehyun because I would not get that vibe from him at all.
I'm also thinking about Jonghyun from 17 with, like, you know, he has the pet rock. And like I just feel like he would get into something random like that.
Sure, okay.
And be like, look guys, I made a flower. Look guys, I made an elephant.
Like,
can he make a cotton candy elephant? Probably. Right?
Takes the pictures of this stuff and like posts it in the group chat.
Yeah.
On to the next one.
Who do you think would spend all night camping out in the rain for an event or a product launch or anything of that sort?
Okay, the first person that comes to mind is once again Seungkwan.
Okay.
I just feel like he would. I feel like he has the dedication, you know, and he would also be like a mood uplifter to all of the other people in the line. You know,
Yeah.
He'd be like, only 12 more hours. We've got this. He'd be like walking up and down the line, handing out like snacks to people. I totally see that from him.
Yeah. I also get Hoshi.
Okay.
Like,
yeah, he seems also very dedicated.
Yeah. But right away, I guess I'm thinking Shinwon and also Hongsok. Like,
ooh, okay.
I feel like we've got 17 and Pentagon energy coming in strong with this one. But yeah, I feel like they are very dedicated and like are fans. Like, they're the fan type. All four of those people we mentioned. Yeah. So I could see them doing that.
Yeah, and I feel like Shinwon would do it in sort of the like hunker down way. Like, I'm just here in my little like hovel, you know, like just waiting it out. And then Hongsok would do it in a very like military way. You know, like, I've got my bedroll, I've got my rations, you know, I've got my like watch on that's doing my timer of like each hour by the hour. So I feel like they'd all do it in a different way, but I totally can see them all there.
Yeah, me too. Who do you think, to move on to our next scenario, would chat with the waitress and the regulars at a roadside diner?
Ooh, okay. I love this prompt. This
Thanks.
is this is giving big honestly big Just Be energy for me.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I kind of feel like Gunu, Bane, and Jimin,
Okay.
or Songwoo. I feel like literally
really?
any of them I could see sitting at that what is it called? Counter.
Okay. I can picture Gunu doing
Okay.
that for sure. Songwoo is an interesting one. But like maybe.
I kind of feel like if like he would go and he'd sit down and he would be silent, but then like, you know, the waitress that's pouring him his coffee, like she'd start talking to him.
yeah.
And so then like the man on the left would chime in and like he'd end up finding himself in a conversation.
Okay. Yeah, you've convinced me. I see it. Right away, the two people that I get, Yujin from IVE, because like you were saying earlier, like
right.
the host interaction, she's really good at that type of thing. But Minhyuk from MONSTA X.
Oh, definitely.
Like he has that vibe.
Yeah, Minhyuk, Juhani, like he also definitely has a chatting up vibe about
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
But I don't know if he would like. I don't know if he has much of a spontaneity vibe of like going into the roadside diner. But like if he was there, he would definitely be talking to like everyone. Like by the end of him leaving, everyone would know who he was.
Yeah, they'd be like, "Bye, come back again."
Yeah, but no, Minhyuk, I can totally see that.
Yeah. Well, I think that one is pretty solid. So let's go to our next scenario. Who do you think would start driving with something wrong happening, like a cup of coffee is still like on top of their car?
Right. Okay. This one, I feel like we can definitely find someone here. It might take some digging, but we're gonna find it.
Jiyoung.
Jung from ZB1.
Yeah, Jiyoung.
Okay. Yeah.
I can see that.
Yeah, I can see that as well.
And maybe Shonu. Was that offensive?
Honestly, I was gonna say Shonu as well. Because I feel like he can zone out sometimes. You know, not to be rude, I think we've all seen it happen before. And so yeah, it would just be like honest mistake. And when it happened, he would be like, huh, oh, odd that happened. Oh well.
I'm also thinking about this kind of like My Love from the Star, Chun Sung-yi.
With the purse on the mirror?
Yeah, with the purse, and I'm getting
yes.
Mion.
Ooh, yes. Okay, definitely. Yeah, I can see that.
Okay.
We're getting to the end of our prompts here. What is the next one? Like, to the end, but it isn't the end. Like,
Right.
what's the next prompt?
This one is a bit of a, like, we need 3 people for this one, okay?
Ooh, okay.
So, who do you think, in a situation where 2 people are short on cash, who do you think would forget their wallet? Who do you think would forget their wallet? And that's in quotes. And who would give them money to cover the bill? Or like, you know, give them money or just cover the bill themselves.
Okay. So we've got a big spender. We've got a person that's like, don't worry, I've got it, guys. I've got you covered. Then we've got a person that's like, oh no, God, I forgot my wallet. And then a person that's like, oh, I forgot my wallet. Okay.
I get 2 energies, like 2 groups come to mind for this one. ZB1 and Just Be.
Oh, okay. Should I guess?
Should you guess?
Yeah. Like if I were guessing for Just Be, like do you have people in mind already?
I have people in mind for the forgets your wallet in quotes.
Ooh.
For sure.
Forgets your wallet in quotes for in ZB1, obviously Ricky would be the, you know, don't worry about it, I've got it covered. Maybe.
Yeah.
But who
probably.
would be the forgets?
Or like Hanbin.
Yeah, Hanbin I could see as well. Who would be the forgets your wallet in quotes for ZB1?
I think Yubin.
Oh, okay. Okay, and then maybe like Jung would be the, I forgot my wallet. Or
okay.
Jung, or maybe
Maybe Matthew.
Matthew? Yeah, I could maybe see Matthew. For Just B, who is the don't worry, I've got it? Is it Lim Jimin?
I don't know who would be the one to cover it. Maybe.
Or Ganu? Maybe Ganu?
No.
Like, Ganu, I feel like would definitely have his wallet at least.
Yeah. Yeah.
He would have his wallet, but he would be like, I'm sorry, if you forgot your wallet, that's your problem.
Yeah.
I'll buy my own thing, and I guess you just don't get one.
Yeah. I don't know who would, like, the one that would forget their wallet in quotes. That would be JM.
Ooh, okay, yeah, I get it. Okay, so he would be that, and then maybe, what if, is DY maybe the one that could cover it for everyone?
Yeah, I
He'd
could
just
see
be,
that.
like, quietly, like, you know, okay, like, I don't want people to be, like, missing a house, so I'm
Probably.
just gonna cover it.
He'd probably be like, oh, of course, like, but he'd be like, yeah, I'll just cover it, guys. Like, I don't know who.
And then either, like, Bane or Sagu maybe would like, genuinely forget their wallet.
Yeah, maybe Sangwoo, like, you know, when he kept asking questions and he's like forgetting that it was gonna cost money every time. It's like he could like forget his wallet.
Yeah, he would literally like be invited to something and forget, like, oh right, this is like, we have to buy tickets for this or something. He'd be like, I didn't bring my wallet, I wasn't thinking about that.
Yeah.
He does not have money on the brain.
Yeah, so I think that's good. Should we think about it more, or should we move on?
I think that's good. I mean, there's definitely, we could build that scenario for a couple of the other groups here. But I think that's good.
Okay, our next scenario is a big one too. So, you're golfing. Who do you think would have the membership to the country club? Who would drive the golf cart? Whose ball would always go in the water? And who would be the pro with all the right equipment?
Okay. Wow. Okay. Once again, I feel like we could find some people for this in a couple of different groups. We don't have to do these group specific, but I always kind of feel like doing them group specific, but maybe with this one, they're not even like necessarily having to interact with each other. So it can maybe make sense to also just split it up if we want. But I'm getting a lot, like the strongest vibes I'm getting are 17.
That's what I'm getting too. Like, I feel like, I don't know why I get 17 vibes, because I don't know exactly who would be who, but like I definitely picture Mingyu involved somehow, and like Jong'un.
I was going to say I definitely feel like June would either be the one with the membership or the one driving the golf cart.
Oh, I thought Mingyu would probably drive the golf cart.
Ooh, okay, I can see that. And
just thinking about June, like, I thought maybe he'd be the one whose ball would go into the water. Like, maybe Jong'un would have the membership to me. I don't know. But I definitely get 17.
Yeah, definitely. I don't feel like I know right off the bat anyone that I feel like their ball would always go in the water, like someone that would be that bad at golf.
Yeah.
Maybe maybe DKZ. You do like Mingyu has all of the professional equipment.
Okay.
And then Jae-chan's ball always goes in the water. And then what are the two other options? Drives the golf cart and
the country club owning.
Oh, and has the membership. Sehyun has the membership and Giseok drives the golf cart. I don't know. This one is tough.
I feel like Jae-chan would own the membership. I feel like Sehyun's ball would go in the water. Okay. And Giseok would drive the cart. But yeah, I think Mingyu would be the pro.
Okay, so we agreed on Giseok and Mingyu.
Yeah.
This one is tough for me because I feel like people, like, I feel like their roles could overlap.
Yeah.
You know, like I get like a lot of golf and country club vibes from people, but I don't know which one I'm necessarily, like which role I would assign them to.
Yeah, me too.
But I just feel like definitely Golf Country Club vibes.
I also think I get I-DLE vibes from it.
I know,
like,
me too.
Like I can see Yuchi and Minnie and like even Soyeon like at a golf course.
Yes, I was like, Yuchi golfing, that seems right to me.
Yeah.
Like I can totally see her being one of those options. Once again, I don't know which one, but yeah, one of those options for sure.
Yeah. So like
Mion would own the membership.
Okay. Maybe I was gonna say maybe Mion's ball would go into the water, but actually, maybe she could own the membership and like Minnie's ball would go into the water, but it would be like an oops, like like she would be having fun and like it wouldn't be like a wow, she's just genuinely bad at this. Like it would be like a, you know, she's really trying and like having fun, but she doesn't really care that it went into the water.
I think that's fitting.
Yeah, and like I don't know who would drive the golf cart and who would be the pro. Yuchi, like Yuchi would have like the Sharpay vibes, but without like she would have the skill.
Yes, that's I think I see her like fully decked out, like and like golfing.
Right.
So I think she'd have to be the one with the professional equipment. So then it's either Shuha or Soyeon that's driving the golf cart, right?
They can drive it together. Let's just include them both. Yeah, I don't know. There's a lot of people that fit this, but yeah, I definitely am tempted to stick again to like one group for each thing. But let's move on to our last scenario for today.
Ooh, okay, last scenario.
Who do you think would host a full-blown, and you said Hallmark or like Lifetime level Christmas vacation holiday style party? Is that what you wanted the scenario to be?
Less like party as in like it's one event and more like vacation. Like it's like, oh, everyone's coming to my house for the holidays this year, you know, like, and they're all staying, like it's a house with like a bajillion rooms and like everyone stays and you eat breakfast and then you like go out and skate and you come back in and like it's a whole like yeah. And you know what I just realized, because like through listening to you saying what I had said about Hallmark and Lifetime, because you just said that, you didn't say like Hallmark movie or like Hallmark like Lifetime channel or something. It made me realize that those two words are like the same kind of. Like whenever I would hear about the Hallmark channel, I would think about how it's like the greeting cards.
Okay.
But the word like a Hallmark, like a Hallmark moment, you know?
Right.
And like Lifetime, like so a moment like of your whole lifetime, like they kind of have a similar they do you think like they intentionally kind of like made their names sound similar because they're like have a similar vibe of word because they're like similar channels, like one of them ripped off the other one, I don't know who, but but yeah, so all those movies that, you know, that you guys see all the memes about and everything that are like literally carbon copy every year, one after the other, the host person of that big like house vacation holiday time event where it's decked out to the nines, you know, they've got everything going on and they're basically like, everyone is going to come here for the holidays and everyone is going to have a good holiday. Who would be that person?
I seriously don't know.
Honestly, it is a little tough because it's kind of like not something that a sane person would do. It's something that someone like that's gone like a little delusional through the years would do. Like, all of my family's going to gather at my house and there's, you know, no way you're going to get around it sort of vibe. So these people probably aren't like that. Oh, maybe Yuna. Maybe. No. I'm just saying, like, I feel like she would be very like welcoming, like gather around everyone for the holidays and like let's have you know, a fun time at my beautiful mansion.
Okay.
Like maybe we can't get someone that's gonna go full Hallmark on us, but like we got to try to get close to that.
I don't know who would do that. Like Yawan?
Oh, I was feeling
maybe
a little bit of Kino, maybe?
okay, yeah, I can see it.
Like, the most that I can try to find is someone with the aspect of, like, wanting everyone to gather around for the holidays and in, like, a formal, almost forced way, not in a casual way. Because there's definitely the people that are like, oh, I would want to spend time with my friends and family for the holidays.
Mm-hmm.
But this is always, you know, like oh, well, we have to go to blah blah blah's house because they do a whole big thing. So it has to be someone that kind of has that vibe. Like they would be comfortable with sort of saying, everyone's going to come to my thing.
Kino.
Okay.
I guess. I don't know who else. I really don't. That's a tough one.
Yeah, I mean, I thought it would be a fun prompt, but like it's not very fitting for idols, maybe. Like the golf ones seem so fitting for idols. It seemed like anyone could be in a golf environment like that. The Hallmark environment, I guess, is just not it's not the place for idols to be.
It's still a fun scenario though to think about. Like it's funny to think about
with your own family and friends. You're like, no, we're going this year to blah blah blah's house. Well, that is the end of our prompts. I think we really, we went through all of these people. We thought hard and we've essentially given a lot of them quite a few different traits for different prompts, and I'm not even sure we're that accurate, but it was fun to think about like what traits you would want for certain scenarios and what traits we think that people might have. Don't you think, Remi?
Yeah, you were definitely a lot better at thinking about that side of it. Like you thought more about the scenario first and what it would require in a person, and I think like I wasn't really doing that. Well,
yeah, but you had a lot of really good intuition. For some people, you were just like, this person, I just feel it. And I was like, oh my God, you are right. Like you don't even have to use words to explain it. Like, it's just, that is true.
Well, if you are listening to this episode and you, like we said at the beginning, have any scenarios that we like, or if you think that an idol would better fit any of the scenarios we discussed, or if you really agree with any of the idols that we placed in any of the scenarios we discussed, you can go ahead and leave a comment and share your opinions there. And if you enjoyed this episode, you can like the video on YouTube and subscribe to the BlushCat channel and turn on the notifications.
Yes, and if you are listening and you are one of the idols that we didn't assign to a place or we didn't even mention at all that is from one of these groups, I'm so sorry. And we were still thinking about you and considering you, and we just didn't find your place today. But maybe that was an oversight on our part. I apologize. Please don't be too offended.
I apologize, and if you are someone if you are somebody or belong to a group of somebody that we did consider and you think maybe we shouldn't have considered them, I apologize for that too, but honestly, yeah.
Once again, it was all just supposed to be in good fun and just casual.
Right. So you can also, if you are listening on Spotify and you haven't followed our Spotify profile and the BlushCat Podcast on Spotify, you can go ahead and follow us in both places over there as well. Thank you for listening. I hope that you enjoyed this episode. This has been Remi.
And me. Bye.
Meow, 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 meow. Meow, 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 meow. Meow, 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 meow. Meow, 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 meow.